In this video we will learn how to set up the individual display screens so that you can control which work centers are shown on each display screen. To do that, you will click on View. You will hover over Settings. You will hover over Display Display Settings. And you will select Step 4 Display Settings. Now each one of these items, Item 1 is the Display 1, Item 2 is Display 2, and so on up to 25 different displays. You will fill in the location, and what this is a descriptor that helps you identify where that screen is located at. So we'll say this one's in machining. The FV tag, you will leave this at default for now. We'll cover this FV tag in setting up actual TV screens in a separate video. The name of this screen, so we're gonna call this machining, and we will see what that does here in just a second. Now on this screen of machining, we want to see the work center of CNC milling and the work center of CNC turning. So both of these work centers will be on the screen of machining. Now what we want to do is we want to tell it how many orders to show us for CNC milling and then how many orders to show us for CNC turning. Typically, you don't want to show any more than 10 orders. The reason is, if you show too many orders, for instance, if I put 100 here, and we had 100 work orders in CNC milling, it would display 100 work orders for CNC milling, and the CNC turning would not be visible on the TV monitor because it would be so far down the list. So typically, this is a value between 5 and 10. We'll enter 7 here. Now remember that the work orders are organized by due date and priority, so the top 7 is what's shown. And as the operator finishes one of those work orders, that will leave, and they'll get the next one shown there as well. Now what group does is when group is not selected to yes, so right now when it's empty, this screen of machining will show 7 orders from CNC milling and then underneath that, 7 orders from CNC turning. If I choose to group this display, it will combine the list of milling and the list of turning together and sort them by due date and/or priority. In this example, we're going to leave that as not grouped. And so this is screen number 1, called machining, that will show CNC milling and CNC turning. I will go ahead and save this. And now we'll see that underneath our displays, there is the machining screen. If I click that, we'll see the CNC milling. There's that work center showing maximum of 7 orders. And CNC turning, maximum of 7 orders. Now if I go back over here and regroup this display and save it, we will refresh this screen and we will say that this is a grouped display, grouping the CNC milling and CNC turning together. We'll change it back to ungrouped. And so you will continue to add all of the different TV screens for your facility. Typically, it is best to always set one up for shipping and quality. The shipping screen typically would be called shipping. And the work centers would be shipping. Receive materials. Receive or send to outside service, receive back from outside service, and put all of these at 5. Save. So now we have a screen called shipping. So when we go down here and look at our displays, we now see the screen shipping. We view this display. You can see that they will see 5 orders that need to be shipped, 5 orders waiting on materials to be received, 5 orders that need to be sent out to outside service, and 5 orders waiting to come back from outside service. And so, typically, you will have one set up for shipping. And it's also a good idea to have one set up for quality. We'll call this one quality. And we will put the quality work center in there. And now since there's only one, we're gonna go ahead and say show us 100 orders. Then again, that display screen is now created. There's quality. We can view the display, and we can see that it will show 100 orders. And so you'll just continue to set up your different screens. And so remember, each screen you're setting up is what work centers do you want to show on those screens. So you'll continue to add all of the screens that are applicable for